Hello, and welcome to Talk This.
It's dangerous to podcast alone.
I think that was a very enthusiastic hello today.
It was, you're right.
I don't know why. You know, it's just the holiday spirit moving me to be particularly interested in greeting people, I guess. No, it's really that my headphones are a little more ear blocky than I prefer.
Oh, I see. So you're not sure how loud you're talking.
Exactly. I'm like, hello! And it just
wasn't quite like that.
Yeah, but... I know, but it almost was. Anyway, I'm your ear-blocked up, 20% too enthusiastic host, Madelyn.
And I'm your sleepy, slept through my alarm host, Emma.
Wow, Emma. It's not like the podcast is coming out late or anything. What do you mean?
Oh, right.
We record these live.
I didn't say that sleeping through my alarm delayed our recording this at noon on Sunday, just that I slept through my alarm.
That's true. I did. Is what happens when you assume.
So anyway, this is our side quest episode week. So that means that I feel like you usually do this, so I'm floundering.
It's fine. You got this. Keep it up.
So first, that means that we go into a little bit of what we've been playing over the last 2 weeks. Then we have our weather report, our off-topic corner, our traffic report, where we talk about what's been going on the website, and our question of the fortnight.
It's nice that you explained the traffic report, but not the weather report.
Well, the weather report is just when we talk about the weather, obviously.
It's been cold, people. It's been real cold.
Mal, don't spoil it. We're not there yet.
Shoot. Let's turn off the show now. I have my meteorology map all ready and everything. The cold front.
Ah, darn. Yes, the meteorology map that they can see.
It projects on the screen that they're using to listen to the show.
Oh, I see.
Very high tech, but now you won't get to, I'm packing it away. You won't get to see this riveting new technology.
Oh, man.
But instead, look what I got in my back pocket. Why, it's a memory card. Madelyn, no one's used a memory card in 10 years. Shh, quiet. It's saved data. Emma,
Yep.
What have you been playing this last 2 weeks?
That's a good question. I'll say a bunch of stuff that I'm hoping took place over the last 2 weeks. How about that?
Well, that seems fair. To be fair, we did have our side quest 2 weeks ago, which if you haven't listened to it, you should, was our special 100th episode. So we didn't we talked about what we had been playing, including the last 2 weeks, but really including roughly the last 2 years. So that's
probably why it's hard for me to remember it, yeah. I'll mostly include stuff I just did this week, but I finished Celeste, which I'm not sure if that was the last 2 weeks or the last 4 weeks, but I finished Celeste.
No, you were still playing it when you were at home.
Yeah. There's chapter 8, which is like the epilogue sort of thing. It takes place after the main story that I'm still in the middle of. But as for the main story itself, I finished Celeste. Very, very fun, very good game. Best indie game of the year, in fact. And besides that, I played a little bit more of Valkyria Chronicles 4. I'm not connecting with the characters like I did in the first one, but the tactics are really fun. I feel like they're a little bit more involved than I remember the first game being. Like, we just had one where we were in the rain and it was dark, so visibility was down, meaning that, like, we had to provide cover for some of our soldiers, which was interesting to do. I sucked at it. I got D rating, but whatever. I'll play it again. I also finally started my Dad of Boy journey.
Why?
Yeah. So I started that last night. I've had it for a very long time, but I've just never gotten around to playing it, and I feel like I should. So I've started that. I played about an hour of that. And I also started the new Supergiant games, Hades. played it using my mouse and keyboard for a bit on my, because it's only on the computer, on the Epic Games Store, in fact, which is weird. And that was very hard. Eventually I got sort of the hang of it, but it's very hard. And then I figured out how to hook my DualShock up to my computer, like emulating an Xbox 360 controller. Yeah. And so that was a lot easier, because you don't have to move your mouse to which direction you want him to fight. You just move him in that direction.
That all sounds very swanky and technical.
It wasn't really. I downloaded a software that just like tells the computer that it's got a controller in it, and then it works when you have the game launched. It took me a couple tries, but the nice thing is DualShock has like the light bar on the top, and like it hadn't changed a couple of times. I'd opened up the game, and then I switched some things, and then I opened up the game and the light turned red, and I was like, yes, I did it. Red is a very Hades color.
I reprogrammed my universal remote last night.
Wow.
Took me about 20 minutes.
That's good.
So that's my emulator. That's my emulation. My remote is emulating a Westinghouse remote.
So that's been me. That's what I've been playing. What have you been playing, Mel?
Let's see. In the past 2 weeks, and I'm sort of including maybe Thanksgiving in the past 2 weeks, sort of, because that feels more a part of the past 2 weeks than the previous 2 weeks, because it was a holiday. There's nothing scientific about that, folks. That's just how I'm feeling today. So the two of us played more of Best Tear Your Family Apart game, Overcooked 2, while we were at home. And actually, finished it, quote unquote. Because, of course, after you finish it, you get the option, spoilers, I guess?
I don't think it's a spoiler.
Like, what even constitutes a spoiler? But spoiler, I guess, if this is going to be something that's really going to ruin your gaming experience of Overcooked 2. After you finish the game, you then get the opportunity to go back to all of the levels to get a 4th star. And we tried that on the very easiest level and missed it by like a point.
Yeah, I guess the 4th star is like, because when we were playing through it, it was like, this is kind of easy, right? But then the 4th star is like, you said it was easy, huh?
The 4th star seemed like us on that level. Maybe it's just because it's so simple that any margin for error would just not be difficult. Yeah. But it seemed like it was cranked a little bit too difficult because we were really working about as fast as we possibly could. So anyway, I'll probably at some point, maybe not in the next 2 weeks because he'll be leaving, but Clickbait Boyfriend and I will give that a try and see if that's really the breaking point. Mm-hmm. Sorry, this is a tangent. Should I bring Overcooked, like, to play with holiday family people?
Might be fun. I can bring my remotes, too. You could play with 4 people.
We need to discuss holiday systems anyway, so save that for off the air. Although, folks, what holiday systems do you recommend that we bring home? Because this is an important decision for the holidays.
Yeah.
Okay, otherwise, in case you missed it, I got a PS4.
Woo!
Woo! Which means that pretty much the only thing I've played on it so far is Kingdom Hearts. Mm-hmm. Because I'm scared to start anything, because still debating which systems are the system that I put in my suitcase, right?
Right, yeah.
But I'm thinking it's probably, not going to be the PS4. I'm really thinking that I need to bring the PS3 home so I can have some concentrated time with Champ, McDude, and my dudes. Mm-hmm.
I think that's a good choice. I think, if you're going home, just don't start anything on the PS4 until you get back and won't forget how to play
for example, we have Spider-Man, and both Clickbait Boyfriend and I have really been kind of wanting to try Spider-Man, but we're a little bit worried about starting it now. Well, one, given that I'm playing 10 games, right? But two, just that it's a pretty big game.
Yeah.
And to start it now and then to be separated from it for a couple of weeks, maybe is not a good thing.
Yeah.
So I've mostly been playing Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. which has been
You're almost there, Madeline. You just got that, a short game, and a short movie.
And then I apparently have to watch all the cutscenes for this stupid game.
No, I don't think so.
I just want to understand.
This is my controversial opinion, but I think that back cover, as long as you, like, know how Chi ends, like, back cover is going to cover everything that wouldn't need to be explained in 3 anyway. Because the stuff that comes after that is, like, all set up that he hasn't given answers for yet. So if he's going to answer them in Kingdom Hearts 3, I think he also has to pose the question within 3. And they're not very complicated questions.
We'll freaking see, man. Because I remember just a couple months ago, we were like, Coded is so dumb. Like, Coded will never come back. You can watch them
if you want. I procrastinated a day watching them, so.
It'll mostly come down to where I'm at with my clickbait boyfriend content, right? Like, do I need an extra week somewhere in there? So I've been playing a bunch of that. It's been, we're on this same kind of thing where I am having to try to stay, 5 to 6 hours ahead of clickbait boyfriend in that game.
You're in, aren't you almost done with it, though?
Well, I assume I am. But given that I've never played this game before, it's difficult to know for sure.
Oh, yeah. Also, well, you're in the world that never was, right?
Yes, I am. It's difficult because I keep getting to the end of areas and then dying and having to play through the entire area again.
Yeah.
Which I have not enjoyed that spawning in these new gigantic areas. Yeah. I hadn't put those 2 and 2 together about that before right now, but the fact that these areas are much huger than any of the other ones in any of the other games is really making this dying thing much more painful.
Yeah.
So yeah, and Clickbait Boyfriend has been suitably confused by it. Check the blog for more details.
Good.
Yeah, I think that's mostly all I've actually been playing. I don't think we've played that much more. We might have played a little more of The World Ends With You last week, but I don't really remember. Yeah, it's to no one's surprise, it has been all Kingdom Hearts all the time here.
This wasn't in reference to The World Ends With You, it was reference to Dream Drop Distance, but I know that you texted me saying, like, that Clickbait Boyfriend was like, I'm seeing more and more of myself in Joshua.
I know.
Which is a very concerning statement.
We'll see if he comes to regret that. But yeah, it was just like Joshua was like being like all analytic and being like, that kind of thing. So, also fun fact, and you must be behind it, but they mentioned, they were talking about memory on The Good Place this week.
Yeah.
And apparently, I didn't realize this, John Locke is really into the idea of a chain of memories.
Really?
I just about died.
That's funny.
They literally use the word memories and the word chain in the same sentence, and I was clicking about it, and I was like, a chain of memories?
So we know which philosopher they sat down with when
right?
they were conceptualizing chain of memories.
That's exactly what I said. I was like, here it is, the key philosopher they picked for this game. Anyway, that's my save data. Speaking of neglected Champ McDude and my dudes, in many other ways, they are not so neglected. Isn't that right, Emma?
Yeah. Champ McDude is going on some serious adventures. Because at the Game Awards on Thursday night, the big announcement at the end was that Joker is going to be in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate as their first DLC character.
I really forget that his name isn't Champ.
I mean, Joker is his code name, right? So they call him that in the game.
I know, but I really forget that his name, that it's not Champ McDude. That's not, his name.
Well, it's much better than the canon name, which is Ren Amamiya.
Weak.
Which is not as catchy as Champ McDude, to be honest.
Wait, let me be Sora and Riku. That's a weird name.
You've got a last name. What is that? Yeah, so our question is whether or not this inclusion of Champ McDude in the Super Smash Bros. Roster makes us want to buy Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
This is a tough one. Chip McDude makes it, like, infinitely more appealing.
I'm very interested, actually, in how they will, like, make him a combatant. Because, like, Reggie, when he was talking afterwards, Reggie being, like, the head of Nintendo, I think he's head of Nintendo America.
Yeah, I would be surprised if a man named Reggie was the head of Nintendo anywhere but Nintendo America.
But Reggie was saying, like, you can summon a persona in battle. And I'm like, whoa, how will that work, right? Like, does he have a moveset when he's not summoning his persona and a moveset when he's has his persona out? Like, it's very fascinating stuff. Also, shout out to Sakurai, who has the most ungrateful fans ever. He being just like, now, what do you want? What do you want now?
Wow.
Yeah. Where is Waluigi? I read an interview with Sakurai. I'm sorry, this is off topic, but I read an interview, and he was like, I wanted to put all the fighters from all the games in here, and introduce some new cool ones because I wanted everybody to be happy. But I learned from this process that no matter how much you try, you can never please everybody. There will always be people unhappy with you. I was like, oh, this poor man.
The reviews have been good, so he'll be just fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does make me, I was not gonna buy Smash, right? I was just not like at all. But now I'm like, oh, I can play as Champ McDude. And I can, like, play the jammin' music.
Yeah, it comes with a stage and a collection of music tracks, so.
I have so many games that I want to buy, and we should talk about the other announcements at the Gaming Awards, because I'm tearing up just thinking about it. But, it does make me much more interested. I also should share, so, like, I was, like, reading the Kotaku coverage of this, and, like, I read the article, like, about is Champ McDude, and the writer was like, all right, like, this is it, like, I'm gonna buy Super Smash now, because it wasn't about Champ McDude. I'm sorry, like, I know it's Joker, but whatever. Champ McDude. And she's like, I'm so excited it's Champ, like, I'm gonna go buy Smash now. And then there's a follow-up article where she bought Mario Party by mistake.
She said, like, Nintendo doesn't offer any refunds, though, which sucks.
I know. You'd think you should have, like, a 10-minute... Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Or even an hour window. Like, an hour window to be like, actually... Sorry.
I mean, I get it, right? I have to imagine there's some way that you can, like, download... Like, you can, like, download the game off the system, and then you still have it, even though you got refund... Like, you know what I mean? I don't know how software works, is basically what I'm telling you. But, yeah, that was so funny. Anyway.
Yeah, but there were a lot more also exciting announcements at the Game Awards. Madelyn, what was your favorite announcement?
Oh, man. It is hard to choose, Emma. It is hard to choose. Do we go with the long heralded by Talk This, the long called for, the long, like, just cried over reboot of Crash Team Racing? I love that they, like, they started it with the old stuff, and it was so familiar. Mm-hmm. And then they look great.
They really do, yeah. Like, it's not just, like, a remaster. They, like, we just redid it.
I'm concerned that it's a straight remake. I want a few new tracks. But I'm still very excited about it. Or the out-of-nowhere announcement, the revival of Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Mm-hmm. Nobody saw that coming, right?
I don't think so. I don't know.
And it sounds like exactly like the game. It's a drop-in, drop-out, co-op, beat-em-up.
Yeah.
Who makes those kinds of games?
We've got a co-op Nintendo Switch exclusive and our co-op PS4 exclusive, so we never have to stop playing co-op.
Local co-op! I'm so excited about this. Okay, but it's like, goodbye my money.
Yeah.
It also means, like, please finish some of the games you're playing, Madelyn.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, though... I mean, do we think this means that they will somehow bring back the other two? Are the other two Marvel Ultimate Alliances, like, available to play on current gen systems or the PS3?
They might be. Not, like, physical editions, I don't think. They might be on the PlayStation Store or the eShop or somewhere.
So I've been grappling with what to do with Clickbait Boyfriend come, like, March or so when I run out of content. And maybe Marvel Ultimate Alliance will be the sort of lame follow-up.
Why not?
I know. I know you were excited that God of War thwarted Red Dead Redemption's...
Yeah. I think I would have been, like... There's a lot of issues with Red Dead, so I'm glad it didn't win Game of the War, but I think I would have been less vehemently against Red Dead throughout the whole second half of the show if they had, like, balanced the awards better. Because Red Dead just won, like, 4 in a row and then didn't win anymore. Right? So, like, by the fourth one, I was like, oh my god, please stop Red Dead from winning. But if it had been, like, more spread out throughout the show, I would have been less, like, damn you, Red Dead, you know?
Well, Red Dead Redemption is not a game that is known for its pacing, so it seems appropriate.
Fair enough.
But also, you know, it does make it, I don't know, I feel like winning the 4 in a row does make it seem to loom a little larger and make the head-to-head at the end seem a little bit more high stakes.
I guess.
Or it makes it feel like David versus Goliath when, like, when did God of War come out? Like 6 months ago-ish, right? Like, that's all anybody was talking about. It's the best game. It's so great.
Yeah.
So to make that our David...
Spider-Man didn't win anything, though. It's very sad.
Nobody likes superheroes.
People really like this one.
I know. Well, okay, but counterpoint. The puddles.
Fair enough. The puddles. We're 0 out of 10, not enough puddles.
You know what? That would be a really good, like parody Twitter account that I think we should start. Is video game ratings based on number of puddles. No, it's too bad. We're way too late. Like, we should have started that right when that controversy came out. But let's keep an eye out for the next, like, stupid puddle adjacent type thing, and that's when we launch our parody Twitter. Okay.
Clearly, I was also very excited because they, like, announced and dropped Hades, which is the game I'm playing from Supergiant, at the Game Awards. I was very excited about that because I like all of Supergiant's games.
Fire her.
What?
Nothing. Just a subliminal message.
Oh, okay. And I actually, like, there was some leak saying that Borderlands 3 was going to be there, and I was wondering if they got the Outer Planets, or whatever it was called, the new game from the Fallout New Vegas devs, because it looked very Borderlands-y. Like Borderlands-y mixed with Fallout.
Mixed with good
got a lot
boys.
of crossovers, actually. Also got Far Cry X Fallout with the new Far Cry game. Just very Fallout aesthetic. And a couple other games that looked pretty cool that I'll have to keep on my radar. The Last Campfire looked like it was adorable and also really sad.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I know. Like, the trailer ends with the poor little red blobby thing losing his oar, and then he drifts on past his friends. It's so sad.
I'll trust you.
And also Sayonara Wild Hearts also looked very, like, you're, like, fighting while also on motorbikes with, like, cool music in the background, which sounds very cool.
Tell me we haven't come up with that game idea before.
What would we have mashed it up with?
I don't know. But tell me that we haven't. Tell me that we haven't come up with something that's, like, adjacent to that game and should demand royalties.
Yes. Also, I don't really care about this, but, like, the barest of a teaser for Dragon Age 4. Like, they didn't even say it was Dragon Age 4, but it is. So, those are the big headliners there.
And for all of you that weren't privy to Emma's Facebook chat with me, wherein she, like, live streamed the live stream, it was something to behold.
I did live tweet a little bit.
Yeah. You mostly live Facebook messaged me.
Yes.
And it was quite entertaining.
I am quite entertaining.
So, speaking of entertainment, it's getting a little chilly outside, folks. But don't worry, we've got our nice, cozy, off-topic corner with a beanbag or a pillow or an armchair. It's a really big corner for you. So settle on in, and Emma, take it away.
So, in keeping with our award show theme today, the Golden Globe nominations came out. I just get so excited about award shows. I don't know, even when they're silly.
They're all silly, so that's okay.
Know. But the Golden Globes always feel like particularly silly.
Wow, did they, I'm looking at the list now, did they require that to win Best Motion Picture Drama this year, you have to have a word that starts with the letter B?
I think so.
Black Panther, Black Klansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, If Beale Street Could Talk, A Star Is Born.
Yeah.
It's very alliterative.
It's cool. It is cool that Black Panther is nominated.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, as a drama. That's, I mean, not that, of course it is, but, like, just to be taken seriously in that way is cool.
Yeah. I don't know if it, like, I haven't really seen a lot of the awards movies this year, or any of these. I haven't seen any of these, actually. I only sort of saw Crazy Rich Asians because I was in the room while someone was watching it, which is nominated for comedy.
Oh, did you go home before we watched that?
No, I was in the room while you were watching it. I just wasn't watching it.
Gotcha.
So I don't really know if, like, Black Panther, like, deserves to win, but it's cool to see it nominated in that.
Looks like that, they nominated Lin-Manuel Miranda because, like, if he's involved in something that's eligible, he has to be nominated for something, right?
I am actually surprised, like, Black Panther got that movie nomination, but it's not nominated, like, for any acting categories, which is interesting.
Well, it's not hard to be a superhero.
I guess.
It's tough here to be a superhero, I guess.
Yeah.
Although we do have Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse in Best Motion Picture Animated, which I've been seeing a lot of love for.
I do want to go see it. It's interesting looking, the animation style. And of those, I think I've just seen Mirai. So I haven't seen a lot of those either.
I'm wondering, like, what seasons are these nominated for? Like, I'm looking at The Good Place in Best Television Series, and I'm like, it's not nominated for this season, right? It's from last season, because this season is weak.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't know. Even if this season is weak, like, what else is on TV?
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. It's the only...
What else is even trying on TV?
It's like the only representative from network TV.
Yeah.
Like, anywhere. So.
Yeah. And, like, if you want to include a network show, like, what is trying as hard to do something interesting as The Good Place? Like, nothing.
I suppose that's true.
Yeah, but I'm just so out of touch. What I've realized looking at this is, like, I'm so out of touch in TV and movies right now because I just haven't had time for them.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, I mean, like, we're in this era, I don't think you can even call it peak TV anymore. It's just, like, this era of TV! Where there's just, like, so much of it literally everywhere. Like, literally, like, I bet you CVS has, like, a streaming service. And, like, not CBS, mind you. I know they do. CVS, the pharmacy. Where it's just, like, I just can't keep up. I really haven't been watching very much TV at all lately, actually. We're kind of stalled in the middle of Westworld. And, like, I feel like I ought to get through it, but, like, also neither of us is thinking it's very good, but, like, we've heard it gets better, and blah, blah, blah. So, but there's just so much, and it's everywhere, and even though I do have most of the streaming services, like, I just, like, it's just too much.
Yeah. I mean, like, I have things that I want to watch, right? Like, I want to watch Atlanta. I want to watch The Americans. Like, I've watched some of The Americans, and then I just stalled on it because, like, heavy TV is very hard for me to watch when I'm working, you know?
That's fair.
When I'm at school or doing anything. It's like, I just want to watch something dumb and relax. I don't want to watch Russian spies in America, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just hard to, I'm just like paralyzed by the options that even when I'm like, I want to watch this, I know I do. I can't get myself to sit down and watch it.
Well, speaking of dumb and relaxing television, beep beep, or I'm like power sliding in, power slide, and Wumpa Fruit, juiced up.
The cup is mine.
Yeah, here we are. It's the traffic report. We didn't really give a traffic report last time, which means that I'm like trying to remember what actually fell within the last 2 weeks. I believe we have two, as I mentioned, sort of in the segue, if you realize this, 2 editions of Split Screen, dealing with some like crazy stuff going down on Boys Over Flowers and My Hero Academia. I did have the crushing realization, this is not in the split screens, in the last 2 weeks or so, that although I thought that there was a Boys Over Flowers Season 2, it is actually a Season 2 of the Japanese Boys Over Flowers.
It's very sad.
However, if we really love Boys Over Flowers that much, there are about 5 or 6 television adaptations of the series, including one that's happening that was just released. It's called
I think I'm good.
Meteor Falls.
I think I'm good once we finish this one. As much as I am enjoying this one, I don't know if I really want to go back and re-see events from a different.
I would be intrigued to watch one episode. You know what I mean? I would just be intrigued to see how is it different. I don't think I would want to watch the whole series again.
Yeah.
But just on my personal time, I would be interested to be is it exactly the same? Or is it significantly different? They still pour rice on their heads? Is Woobin, still useless? Right?
Yeah. But we are almost halfway through Boys Over Flowers now.
That's crazy.
I know.
1, that's crazy that we are so far. 2, that's crazy that it's taken us this long.
I know. Our weird split screen schedule ensures that we progress slowly through all TV.
It's true. Anyway, also on the blog, which by the way you can find at www.talkthispodcast.com/blog, you can find the 2 latest Clickbait Boyfriends, featuring the end of Sora's story in Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, and the beginning of Dream Drop Distance. And there are some just fire memes that I made these past 2 weeks. So for nothing else, you have to go. I'm having so much fun. I'm getting so much better at coming up with good memes. So
put that on your resume.
I know I will. Memes.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want the Kingdom Hearts philosophy crossover meme of your dreams, it's there.
I have a lot of stuff that I want to work on over the break, too. So you can look forward to the World Ends With You playlist, finally, which is supposed to come out in October or something. I don't know.
No, the game hadn't come out then.
Okay, yeah. No, it had. It came out early October.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, it did.
Oh my god. Ugh.
I'll work on the Adventures of Noodletess also. I really do want to get something with that up. And I have some vlogs that I want to do, I think.
Well, It's going to be an explosion of content over the holidays.
Yeah.
So, ignore your family, get on your phone, check out Talk This at www.talkthispodcast.com.
Since you're going to be ignoring your family most of the time anyway, you might as well spend it with us at talkthispodcast.com.
Or on YouTube as Talk This Sisters. Exactly. Oh, that's true. On YouTube, there's a few new Clickbait Boyfriend videos. Uh-huh. And I didn't mention last week, because we were talking about 100 episodes, you can still watch the viral, for us, Clickbait Boyfriend reaction to the Kingdom Hearts trailer. If I can swing it, I have a real long work day on Monday, but I'm probably going to try to make him do it on his own. A reaction video to the new trailer that's supposed to be dropping on the 10th.
Right, yeah.
AKA tomorrow. I say on Monday as if it's not tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm very excited. We'll get one on the 10th, and we'll get one on the 18th, and then just a little bit longer to wait.
I know. I need to pre-order it. And Crash Team Racing. And Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. And,
yes.
And. Can I just get the DLC pack with Champ? Nothing else.
I don't think so.
No game. Just Champ. They're also, did you see they're releasing Persona 5 Funko Pops in February?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's tempting, man.
With Champ, Morgana, on, I think, Ryuji?
That would make sense, yeah.
So, will I get a Champ McDude one? You better believe it. Anyway, back to traffic. You should also follow us on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, where we're talking this podcast. You'll see we share articles, we share the latest stuff that's up on the blog or the YouTube. Sometimes we share memes. We've not been super active on Instagram lately, I think because both of us have been quite busy. But yeah. I'm sure at some point in the next couple of weeks we'll have a Talk This social media strategy meeting, and you'll know, because it'll all get much more lively. But do go to Twitter. Emma tweets some funny stuff all the time. So it's underrated. You have to go read her tweets.
That's me. Funny tweeter.
Outside of social media, if you like the show, why don't you subscribe? We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, TuneIn, Spotify, and, Emma, I'll tell you about this off the air, I'm eyeing Pandora. So it might be a while, but if you are interested in their podcast genome thing and all the cool developments there, maybe we'll be there soon. We'll see.
Yeah.
Taking a look. Otherwise, you should also, on the podcasting service of your choice, leave a rating and a review. It helps us out a lot, and of course, tell your friends. Which brings us, finally, to our question of the fortnight. Take it away, Emma.
So, for our question of the fortnight, still keeping with our award show themes, if we were to add one category to the Game Awards, or any sort of Game Award show, what would that category be?
Do you have one?
Well, there's a couple of the obvious. Like, you could have, like, most anticipated game, or you could have best remake, which, honestly, best remake is kind of becoming, like I'm surprised there isn't a category for that. Because they don't seem to nominate remakes in anything else, but, like, there's so many.
I think most anticipated would be boring. No offense.
Yeah,
like,
that's fair.
I see where you're coming from, and it does feel like a category that could be a real category, but I think it would be boring. Mm-hmm. It would just be like, Super Smash. Like, I don't think it would ever go to anything, well, I mean, that's the point, right? It wouldn't ever go to anything surprising. So.
Yeah. But I think best remake is a category that actually should be there.
Nice. I have one and can probably come up with others. And this should come as no surprise. Best local co-op game.
Yeah.
I realize that is effectively best family game, but I don't care. I would like to honor the developers still rewarding those of us who like to play with people that we can yell at in person and not over our headsets.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. I just like yelling at people in person. Let's see. What else? I'd love something that rewards, like, representation in some way. Right? Like, best female protagonist. That might get gross, though.
Yeah.
So maybe not. Maybe we aren't ready for that yet.
I mean, they have best performance, but I don't know. Best character might be a fun one.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely. Most shocking ending without revealing the endings.
Spoilers!
No reveal. Just so everybody feels nervous playing the games. With one game nominated in there that does not have a shocking ending at all.
That would be funny.
Best trailer at the Game Awards voted on live by the audience.
Yeah.
Honestly, that would be a good way to do most anticipated. To be like live votes for what's most anticipated.
Yeah, that would be fun.
But then everyone would be on their phones. Maybe that's not what you want.
They're probably on their phones anyway. They're probably waiting on their Switch for Smash Ultimate to drop. By the end of the show, they just have their Switches out, like, okay, Jeff, come on, I'm just waiting for Smash Ultimate here.
Or a game that most people want revived but will never be revived.
That would be sad.
Team Buddies.
That would be a sad one. Hey, we got Crash Team Racing. Team Buddies could be next.
I think it is made... I would be shocked if Team Buddies wasn't made by, Team 17 or whatever.
Yeah.
I could probably look that up.
I don't know who it's made by.
At some point, I'm sure I have looked that up. Best Animal Companion.
Yes!
Most difficult control scheme.
Now you're just throwing things at the wall.
Superlatives. That is something that we need to do. That's something else you should watch out for over break, is we should probably do a Talk This Best Of list.
Yeah, we definitely should.
We have another side quest again, probably before that comes out. So, but it's going to be a lot of blog content, or maybe none. You know, it's really going to go one of two ways, folks.
Yeah.
Either we're going to write like a blog a day, or there will just be none.
One or the other.
And that's just us making the conscious decision that you ought to spend time with your family. It's not because we're lazy.
Of course not.
Speaking of which, nope. Speaking of which was not a good segue there. I was going to try to be like, we're lazy because we don't know the games next week. But that's not true. We don't know the games next week because we're very busy. Do you remember the games for next week?
I don't. Not off the top of my head.
Was it X-Men Legends?
It was X-Men Legends, yeah.
Yo!
I don't remember what the new game was, though.
How are we so topical?
I think I replaced them on the website, too, so I can't even,
The new game was a game that I hadn't heard of, which doesn't narrow the list for anyone. But the old game is X-Men Legends, so you better believe we're going to be talking about this Marvel Ultimate Alliance news.
Oh, it was A Way Out.
Yeah. Great.
From Yosef Fares.
Sounds exciting.
It'll be exciting.
I definitely know what that game is about.
She'll look it up and she'll love it. You'll see.
I probably will. I usually do. I read the synopsis of games and I'm like, oh, maybe I should buy that.
Yeah.
And now I have two current gen consoles, so rip my bank account.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for listening. Tune in to hear us talk about those two games, X-Men Legend and A Way Out. I hope you enjoyed the Game Awards. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And, Madelyn, do you want to sign us off?
I hope that this week someone is excited to see you as we were excited to see Crash Bandicoot Enchantment Dude at the Game Awards.